So I think a lot of us know how crazy the bicycle industry is right now. A lot of things are sold out, especially in the BMX world. All complete bikes seem to be pretty much sold out everywhere. And so let's just get into putting on these new parts that you guys saw in the thumbnail and telling you a little bit of the story behind it. And we'll start with this headset. So I was recently in the bike shop that I ride for, Brimstone Bicycles in Canal Fulton, Ohio, and I needed a headset. And this is the only one that they had in stock at the time. Pink headset, spacers, and cap. They look cool, but I just wasn't sure if I wanted to put on only one pink part on my bike. And you guys saw the thumbnail, so you know what's coming. But first, we need to take off my stem. And when you're doing this, you want to remember to loosen the side bolts before you loosen anything else. And once again, this is going to be another one of those casual videos where I'm just working on my bike. I did a poll on my community tab, and you guys said that you enjoyed those types of videos more than you enjoyed live streams of me actually doing it. So that's what you're getting today. We need to disconnect the gyro, which is probably the only thing holding my fork on at this point. So I'm going to try not to lose my fork, which is a little difficult to do whenever you only have two hands. But this Park Tool stand that I have, which shout out to Park Tool, does make it easier because you don't have to worry about holding the bike or anything. Take off our stem. Oh, I guess it wasn't the only thing holding it on there. Set the bars aside. Pull out our bearing. And the only thing that I'm worried about in any of this is just making sure that the headset spacing is the same, because my brakes are amazing right now, and if you change the headset spacing between your stem and your bearings, it's going to change the length of your brake pull, and it will affect your brakes. So what I'm doing here, I should say and explain all of this, when you take your headset out of the box, the bottom bearing has this crown race in it that some forks, not very many these days, do need you to put on here. Most of them, though, are built into the fork. So we can get rid of that and just drop our new bearing on there. And that should be good to go. And I'm going to set the fork aside, because what we have to figure out now is the spacing. I need to find which combination of spacers is going to give me the same spacing, which it doesn't look like any combination of these pink spacers is. Not sure here. I have a very random spacing right now, but it's very specific at the same time. So without a doubt, we can at least have one pink spacer. We can definitely swap out this top one for a pink one. And that could be cool, because then we have pink, black, and pink here. Because unfortunately, no combination of those pink ones will give me the exact spacing that I have here with this medium-sized black one. But you know what? That's fine. I like this. We'll go with this. So then, the next thing I need to explain to you guys, and I do have a video on how to install a headset, but I'm going to say it right now anyways, is that when you get your top bearing out of the box, it also has this spacer in it as well, and that you need to make sure that you have that in there, otherwise your fork won't be sitting flush on the bearings and it will have play, because there's a lot of wiggle room there. So I'm going to take my fork, I'm going to put it back into the top tube, or the headset tube, put this piece on, put the spacer piece thing into that, grab our cap. Guess I'm just going to do the cap first. There we go. Got our cap on there, now our spacers. Now we can grab our bars and put everything back on. And that's cool because the gyro plate is actually black too, so it kind of just works. And then you know what? Did I use the thin one? I didn't. So on top of my fork, I have this super thin spacer that goes between my compression cap and my stem. Let's just pop this pink spacer on there like that. And then we'll put that in there. There we go. Okay. Oh man. That is like way too close for comfort. Maybe we won't put the pink one in there. Okay, good there. In the story time. So, I was at the bike shop for a second time after I hadn't had a chance to put those on. And I asked Eric, the owner, if he wanted me to put the pink one on or if he wanted me to swap it out for one of the other black or silver cap and spacer headsets that they had in there. And he wanted me to rock the pink. Not gonna lie, I was kind of secretly eyeing this second part in the shop while I was in there. Because just look at it. This seat is sweet. So I said, well, if you want me to ride pink headset cap and spacers, then we gotta have something to match it. And this is what we got to match it. And my current seat is awful. It has been through the ringer. And I've had it for, I might have had this seat for almost 2 years at this point, which is kind of crazy. You know what? I'm gonna bring you guys a little closer here. And I'm just gonna put on the new seat. I'd say it was about time for a new one. Look at this thing. This thing is freaking awful. But hey, 2 years out of a seat is a long time for me. So it did its purpose, and it did it very well. Alright, so I completely don't remember the angle that I had this thing at, but you know what? We'll guess. It's kind of turning out to be, you know, like a cotton candy bike. Pink and blue. Looks good. Okay, that was a quick one. Should be good there. So, I grabbed the seat, and I'm like, well, we could definitely put that seat on there. And then there was something else that I felt like would accent this perfectly. And you saw the thumbnail, so you know what it is. But these pink ODI grips, man, look at that. How bright those are. It just kind of pops. So, we grabbed these, and Eric, the bike shop owner, which if you see this, Eric, thank you for all of this and all of the support. You honestly helped keep my bike dialed, and my bike stays dialed with your help. And he was psyched that I was going to put all this on. And I'm psyched to put it all on. We'll take off my 15, 16-year-old bar ends. Maybe a little less than that. More like probably 15. We're going to take the easy route for getting these off today. The air. Because this is the easiest way to do it. Something about ODI grips, man. When you get the long neck ones and they're brand new, they are brutal. But we got it. I know I've heard in the past that some people like boil their grips or do certain other things to try and make them softer. Do you guys do any of that? Have you ever found that it actually works? Because I never have. I just wondered. Sounds like it could be a nice experiment video one day. Look how much brightness that adds. That is so bright. I am excited. I guess the last step is just to make sure that our stem is centered. I was just stepping off camera for a second to just check and see if it was actually centered. And the way that I normally do this, because I'm normally adjusting this while I'm actually on the bike, is that I look down my bars and then I make my bars kind of like the parallax and what you're actually seeing with your bars. Make it perfectly straight, and then I line it up with my dropouts, because if your bars and your forks are straight, that means that your dropouts should both be perfectly in line with what you're looking at on your bars. Whereas if it's not straight and your bars are crooked but your forks are straight, then if you can see this, so if our bars are crooked this way and our forks are this way, then that means this side of our forks is going to be sticking out further, and you're going to be able to see that. So I kind of just tinker with it until they're both even. Tightening up our stem bolts locks in what we've done here with our headset cap. So I'm going to see if I can get that other spacer in here, just because I think it'll look cool. There we go. That looks good. That's awesome. We'll give you guys a little bit of montage here with some shots of the grips and the other pink things. You know, I'm kind of looking at this and it's all done, but there's nothing back here. Alienation does make these pedals in pink, and I think that that would be the perfect accent to what we're looking at here. What do you guys think? Let me know. And I think with that, we're done here. So if you guys enjoyed this video of me putting these things on and you enjoyed it more than the live stream of me doing it, let me know in the comments down below. If you're new here and you're somehow finding your way to this channel from somewhere else, hit the subscribe button while you're down there, and hopefully that will mean that we'll see you tomorrow for another video. I want to thank you guys all for being here and watching. I want to thank Brimstone Bicycles and Alienation and Park Tool and Ride Concepts and all of the other people who help support me, keep my bike rolling good, keep my feet comfortable, and you know, just keep things going and support, because that support means a lot to me. And I want to thank you guys all for being here to watch the video. So thank you, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.